Hello, dear friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will talk about something very deep, very important: awakening. So, what is awakening? And more importantly, what is it not? Because in recent years, on social media, in books, in seminars, so many things are said that people get confused. Something awakening means being happy all the time. Something it means gaining magical powers. Some even think that once you awaken, life becomes perfectly clean, easy, and flavorless. Today, we will go beyond all of that and look at the real phase of awakening. And believe me, this journey is not just mental knowledge. It's an awareness you will feel in the deepest layer of your soul. So, let's begin with a question. Do you think awakening is an end or a beginning? It's fascinating. Most people imagine awakening as a flash of light, like one day you wake up, suddenly you know the answer to all questions. You never feel sad and everything becomes effortless. But this is an illusion. The greatest misunderstanding about awakening is thinking that it's a state of perfection. An awakened person can still get angry. Sometimes they feel anxious, sometimes they feel sadness. But here is the difference. An awakened person doesn't get lost in that emotion. Think of this metaphor. Before awakening, it's like you are in a small boat in a stormy sea. The waves toss you around. A wave of anger comes. It feels like it will sink you. A wave of anxiety comes. You can't breathe. But after awakening, awareness grows. You are no longer just tossed around by the waves. You start observing them. Awakening is not escaping the waves. It's learning to surf on them. So, what is the true awakening? True awakening is the birth of awareness. You step out of autopilot. You begin to notice things in daily life that you never paid attention to before. For example, you wake up in the morning and drink your coffee. Before it was just a routine. But after awakening, you suddenly realize, am I drinking coffee just to silence my mind? Or am I truly enjoying with it? The questions begin to change. Who am I? What am I doing here? Is my life really mine? Or am I just playing the rules I was taught? And these questions are the most precious gift of awakening, because as you start finding the answers, you begin to remember who you really are. Let me ask you, at what point in your life did you say, I can't go on like this anymore? Share it in the comments, because awakening often begins at that breaking point. Now we come to something very important. Awakening is not easy because it brings crises with it. In spiritual literature, this is called the dark night of the soul. Sometimes your friends drift away. Sometimes your work collapses. Sometimes you feel deeply lonely. Why? Because your old self, old patterns, old relationships start to dissolve. And in this dissolving process, naturally a void appears. But remember, this is emptiness in actual space where the new is born. Let me give you a simple example. Before becoming a butterfly, The caterpillar spins a cocoon. Inside it dissolves. Its old form dies. This process is dark and lonely. But from that darkness, wings emerge. Awakening is just like this. First, it feels like destruction. Then it brings rebirth. So, what might you experience during this process? Some people notice the following when awakening begins. Sleep patterns change. Dreams become intense. Physical pains may appear, especially around the heart and solar plexus. Old friendships start to feel meaningless. Your mind keeps asking, what is the real truth? And the beauty is, these are actually part of a cleansing process. Here are a few suggestions for this stage. First one, connect with nature, earth, water, and trees. Look to them and talk to them. Keep a journal. Pour your thoughts and feelings onto paper. Practice breath work because breath is the greatest healer. Awakening is not only an individual process, it's also a collective leap of consciousness. How can you recognize an awakened person in society? They are more compassionate, they judge less, they complain less, and most importantly, they care not only for themselves but also for others. It shifts to belief from life is happening to me to I am co-creating with life. This is a profound transformation. Let me ask again, what do you think is the most obvious sign of an awakened person? My dear friends, now we have taken a very special journey. Let's return to the question we asked at the beginning. What is awakening and what is it not? Awakening is not being happy all the time. Awakening is not never facing difficulties. Awakening is not a final stage. Awakening is the birth of awareness. Awakening is not running away from the waves. It's learning to surf on them. Awakening is sometimes tears, sometimes laughter. But above all, awakening is true liberation. Thank you for being here. If you found this talk valuable, don't forget to share your experience in the comments. And of course, remember to subscribe. In our next gathering, we will dive into even deeper topics. Take care and may your light be abundant. See you again.